The bigoted, anti-gay, law-breaking, discriminatory, and prejudiced owners of the Portland area bakery that turned away a couple that wanted a lesbian wedding cake are now refusing to pay the $135,000 court-ordered damages to that couple, in spite of the fact that they raised over $500,000 by crowdfunding after making themselves sort of religious martyrs. I'm, of course, talking about Melissa and Aaron Klein, the business Sweet Cakes by Melissa. They cited religious beliefs when they refused to bake a lesbian wedding cake for Laurel and Rachel Bowman Cryer 2 years ago. State Labor Commissioner Brad Avakian awarded the damages in July for emotional suffering and for violation of the women's civil rights by discriminating on the basis of sexual orientation. Oregon law is very clear about that, and the Kleins are refusing to pay. They say they are having a financial hardship in spite of the fact that over $500,000 was crowdfunded for them. They've, of course, since closed their bakery and now operate the business from home. A 2007 Oregon law protects the rights of gays and lesbians, bisexual, and transgender people in employment, housing, and public accommodations. I cannot stand, Lewis, that this is now the new wave in so-called religious freedom, which is really nothing more than arbitrary bigotry that breaks the law. The opt-out mentality from the Christian right is repulsive, it's repugnant, and it's revolting. The Supreme Court said county clerk offices can't prevent gay couples from getting married. Kim Davis comes along and says, nah, I'm a Christian. Law doesn't apply to me. Oregon doesn't allow discrimination on the basis of sexual orientation. Nah, the Kleins say we're anti-gay because of the Bible. Go away. The state steps in and says, hey, you're breaking the law. You have to pay now $135,000. And they say, nah, we're just not going to pay.
They have the money to pay. They raised, I thought the whole point of the fundraiser was for legal funds, right? And I think this counts as that. So I don't know what's going to happen here. Are they going to have to pay even more? Are they going to end up in prison now?
Well, that's the thing, Lewis. If they get arrested or fined further, then they can claim to be martyrs who are being discriminated against merely for being Christian. But they're breaking the law. The insanity has to stop.
That's right. They're breaking the law. And if they want to be martyrs in prison, that's totally fine. That's okay with me.
Yeah, maybe, actually, if they went to prison, they might be able to raise 1.5 million. Forget about $500,000.
They could. You're right. Hopefully it's not enough to get them out of prison.
The insanity has to stop. The law breaking has to stop. This open door policy now for Christians to cite their religious beliefs and as such be exempt from whatever elements of the law, be it non-discrimination law, be it Supreme Court approved law, be it fines, whatever it is, they think they can just opt out because of their religion. And of course, they simultaneously claim there's a war on Christianity in the U.S. Meanwhile, it's almost exclusively Christians in the U.S. using their religion to opt out of parts of the law they don't like. And speaking of arguments that don't make sense, after the break, I will interview Maureen Enor. She's very upset with Macy's. What does it have to do with, here's a hint, this is not a word I use, but this is the word she uses, quote, illegals. That's after the break.